Communication requirement analysis is a systematic process used to identify, assess, and prioritize communication needs within an organization or project. By understanding the communication requirements of stakeholders, teams can develop effective communication strategies to ensure information flows smoothly and efficiently. This lecture will explore the concept of communication requirement analysis, its significance, key steps, and practical applications in organizational and project settings. Communication requirement analysis involves identifying the communication needs of stakeholders, determining the information to be communicated, and defining the channels and methods for effective communication. It is an essential step in developing communication plans and strategies to support organizational goals and project objectives. Importance of communication requirement analysis can be determined by the following. Helps clarify what information needs to be communicated and to whom. Ensures that communication efforts are focused on meeting stakeholders' needs and achieving desired outcomes. Ensures that communication strategies support organizational goals and project objectives. Let's identify the key steps in communication requirement analysis. Identify all stakeholders involved in the project or organization, including internal and external parties such as team members, clients, suppliers, and regulators. Define the objectives of communication, including what information needs to be communicated, why it is important, and what outcomes are expected. Conduct a thorough assessment of stakeholders' communication needs, preferences, and expectations. Consider factors such as frequency, timing, format, and level of detail. Identify the most appropriate communication channels and methods for reaching each stakeholder group. Consider factors such as accessibility, effectiveness, and cost. The Project Management Body of Knowledge Guide provides a formula to calculate the number of communication channels within a project. This formula is represented on the screen in front of you, where N represents the number of stakeholders or individuals involved in the communication network. This formula accounts for both one-to-one communication channels and group communication channels, considering all possible combinations of stakeholders. Let's discuss an example. Suppose a project involves 5 team members, using the formula provided by the Project Management Body of Knowledge Guide. Number of communication channels are equal to 10. In this example, there would be 10 communication channels among the 5 team members. This includes individual communication channels between each pair of team members and group communication channels involving all team members. Let's continue to identify the key steps in communication requirement analysis. The next step is developing a comprehensive communication plan that outlines the strategies, tactics, and timelines for communicating information to stakeholders. Include details such as key messages, responsible parties, and communication frequency. Implement the communication plan, ensuring that messages are delivered consistently and effectively through the chosen communication channels. Monitor the effectiveness of communication efforts, gather feedback from stakeholders, and adjust as needed to improve communication processes and outcomes. In organizational settings, communication requirement analysis helps ensure that information flows effectively between different departments, teams, and levels of the organization. By understanding the communication needs of employees, managers can develop communication strategies that promote transparency, collaboration, and engagement. In project management, communication requirement analysis is essential for keeping stakeholders informed and engaged throughout the project lifecycle. By identifying the communication needs of project sponsors, team members, and other stakeholders, project managers can develop communication plans that support project objectives and minimize risks. In customer-facing roles, communication requirement analysis helps organizations understand the needs and preferences of their customers. By tailoring communication strategies to meet customer expectations, organizations can enhance customer satisfaction, loyalty, and retention. Communication requirement analysis is a critical process for identifying and addressing the communication needs of stakeholders in organizations and projects. By understanding the objectives, preferences, and expectations of stakeholders, organizations can develop communication strategies that support their goals and objectives. By following the key steps outlined in this lecture, organizations can ensure that communication efforts are focused, effective, and aligned with overall objectives.